A Kira story, set years after the events of the original series. In 2017, after stressing over a bad test grade, Minoru is visited by Ryuk, who gives him a death note. Ryuk tells him it was the tool that Kira used to carry out his crimes a decade ago. Minoru is impressed by Kira's clever use of the notebook, but he points out that today's tech makes it way harder to pull off the same thing without getting caught. When Ryuk asks Minoru if he thinks he can pull off the same crimes, Minoru realizes that Ryuk wants him to follow in Kira's footsteps. After thinking it over, Minoru tells Ryuk to take the death note back and come back in 2 years. Fast forward to 2019, Ryuk returns, but Minoru has a different plan. He wants to sell the death note. Instead of using the internet, which could track him, Minoru has Ryuk hold up a sign on a live TV broadcast at a local news station to announce the auction. He makes sure Ryuk stays hidden from cameras by having him travel underground. Nier, watching the broadcast, names Minoru A Kira and figures out that Minoru would need to receive the money online to keep his identity hidden. Meanwhile, Matsuda tries to stop the broadcast but ends up confirming the auction's legitimacy and gets transferred to desk duty as punishment. The bidding goes global, with the US and China eventually becoming the final contenders. Minoru chooses to sell the death note to the US for 1 quadrillion yen. To prevent the money from being traced back to him, Minoru has Ryuk announce that the money should be spread equally across all Japanese citizens under 60 years old. Nier gives up the chase as he's unable to track him. After confirming payment, Minoru hands over the death note to Ryuk to deliver to the US president and tells Ryuk to never return. But things take a dark turn. Because of the chaos caused by the auction, the Shinigami King adds a rule that anyone who tries to sell a death note will be killed once they get paid. The same also applies to the buyer once they receive the death note, which is why the US president decides to not take it after Ryuk explains the new rules. However, Ryuk decides not to tell Minoru this to respect his wish to not return. As Minoru takes out his money, he suddenly dies from a heart attack. It's then revealed that Ryuk wrote Minoru's name in the death note, right on the very same page where he wrote Light Yagami's name.